Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we finished everything in the dock. It is time to head back onto the rusty bucket and finish everything on here. Starting by heading into this. As you saw earlier, some of these pipes are evil, some of them are Mario pipes. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Well, you know what? Now you're not. As an aside, I am glad that I was not born a TNT box. It would certainly be an exciting life, but a potentially short one. Actually, that kind of makes me wonder if anybody out there has their own fan-made Banjo-Kazooie characters. And I don't mean like a bear or a bird or what have you. I mean like if anybody has a fan character that is one of these monsters, these enemies. Because like in the Mario fan base, there's some people who have fan characters that are like Koopa Troopas and stuff, and Goombas. Heck, I can think of a couple of Goomba characters that people have. Lonely Goomba, Goomba Gaichin, something like that. And a third one that I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Don't really hear much about Banjo-Kazooie characters, though. I need to double check if there's anything up here. Yep, Mumbo Token. And I think I already got the stuff here, so I'm just going to ignore it. Oh, another Mumbo Token. Well, I'm glad I came down here then. I have way more Mumbo Tokens than I ever need to have. I believe that there's only one transformation left in the game. I think it requires 20? Thereabouts? Okay, I need to write this down. Three, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. That is important. Actually, while we're waiting, I'm going to let this idle animation take place. Idle animations are fun. In fact, hold on, there's going to be another one. I want to kind of point it out as soon as it happens. Not this one. Oh, it's random. Don't be random. Unless it reset because I moved, which is entirely possible. Come on, show me the other one. There it was. Wish I had got a better view of it. Banjo had had enough and was choking Kazooie, in case you couldn't tell. I would try to get a better view of it, but we already waited long enough just for the idle animation to play that one time. Wait a sec. I know you. I think. Aren't you Conker's girlfriend? I mean, before you got sexified? I'm pretty sure that's who you are. That's an interesting reference. I believe Banjo-Kazooie and Conker 64 were in development at the same time. Kind of interesting that in the time that Conker 64 became Conker's Bad Fur Day and released, We got Banjo-Kazooie and its sequel. Hi, I want to kill you. Thank you. Aha! I'm glad I killed him now. Anyway, that's definitely a neat little reference. How many games out there reference games that haven't been released yet? Yep, not getting near you. Let's see, what else? We've been in there. Let's head in here now. Let's try it again. But better. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have not been as enthusiastic about this level as I have previous levels. This level is definitely not one of my favorite levels. Trying to move the camera. Because it's so dang hard. Doable. And there is a part of me that does kind of look forward to this level whenever I play the game. But it's like a sadistic part of me. It's like, oh boy, it's that level. This will be interesting. And it's all because of the engine room. Everything else is also hard. But the engine room is definitely the scariest thing about this level. Boy, it would suck if this thing just suddenly turned on and all of a sudden I found myself in a plume of smog. Actually, it's kind of weird that there isn't a plume of smog, considering that the engine room seems to be running. Maybe it's an electric motor. That would be a twist. I mean, you never actually hear the sound of a motor running. And electric motors are known to be relatively quiet. Who knows, maybe this place is ran by an electric motor. Okay, here's where I needed to have those numbers. If I put in the wrong number, I take damage. Actually, if there was a point where I should have talked about the song of this level, it's this point. Because apparently those random noises during the song are the same noises that come from these buttons. Is somebody invisible pressing these buttons during the song? That would actually be kind of interesting. Okay, that one's not alive. Good. Managed to find the kitchen. Hi. For the record, I'm sure that these guys are actually saying ahoy, but it always sounds like hi to me. Well, you know what? I don't have to get up there and take damage. I can grab the eggs like this. Neener, neener, neener. Okay, do not step on the hot surfaces or into the pans. As you imagine, they hurt. With that in mind, I'm not entirely sure how using wings as a shield protects your feet from getting burned, but hey, whatever works. Okay, how much detail is this knife, out of curiosity? Yeah, it's definitely a 2D texture. In fact, they did a kind of a bad job cropping the end of the knife there. Visual errors. Okay, that is a nice touch. Listen to the footsteps as I go across that mess. I might be the only person in the world who has actually noticed that. Because I've never noticed it before. So by the way, in regards to the breakable windows, the ones you can break look different than the ones you can't. The ones you can break are a little bit brighter. And also polygonal. Until they're not. Oh! You know what this song is. If I recall, one of the cheat codes for Stop and Swap places an egg on the captain's bed. By the way, I probably should have brought this up a whole lot sooner, but if you're playing the Xbox versions of the game, do not put in the Stop and Swap codes. They will actually ruin your save file. It won't cause your save file to be deleted, but it's the next worst thing. It prevents you from actually being able to save. I guess because there is a legitimate reason, or rather, a legitimate way to get the eggs in the Xbox version, they don't want you cheating to get them. Preventing you from being able to save your game is a little bit of extreme, but alright. If that's how they want to do it, they can do it that way. Get back over there because I'm pretty sure there was one more window I could break. Yep. And I guess this is the mission control room? Oh, you know what? There's actually some things definitely worth making observations about in this room. Let's start by taking a good look at this map. I'm gonna have to step away from it to get a good look at it. Let's kill you so that you're not attacking me while I am taking a good look at it. Make sure nobody else is in here. Alright. So that map is Treasure Trove Cove. Since I'm streaming this directly from my Nintendo 64, I can't, like, put a mouse on the screen. Although, I could probably do the next best thing. Let me go ahead and, add source, text. Because I want to kind of point out what I'm seeing here, because it's actually kind of interesting, this little observations sort of thing. So, let's start by pointing at this X right here. This X is Shark Food Island, where one of the Stop and Swap eggs is. Now, how do I know that this is Treasure Trove Cove? Well, mostly I'm guessing, to be honest. But I'm thinking that right here, thereabouts, I think, is where Blubber's ship is. And then all this water spots up here are all those little ponds that you can find as you climb up the mountain, or climb down as the case may be. And then up here is where the treasure hunt starts, where you find the first X. And then you hit the X over here, over here, over here, over here, and then you wind up finding the treasure there. So yes, that is, without a doubt, a map of Treasure Trove Cove. And then there's this map. I'll be honest, I am not 100% sure what this map is. Maybe Japan? Maybe a sideways map of Great Britain? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on this one. If any of you have a good guess, let me know. Anything else of interest? I mean, a couple of radars showing blips of something. You know, if they wanted to do another reference, they could have totally had ping pong playing on these monitors. Because I'm pretty sure that was like one of the very first video games, was ping pong on a radar. Is there even anything on this wall? Nope, nothing on that wall. Just a couple of empty monitors. Anything of interest on the table? Well, if there is, it's a blurry mess. Take a close look at this one real quick, just in case. I have no idea what that might be, if it's anything. You gotta love these low-res Nintendo 64 textures. If they were to actually do a remake of this game, they'd probably put something a little more significant on the little papers on the table. Alright, so how am I doing here? 1 Jiggy left. Good. I know exactly which one it is, too. And it's a doozy. Thankfully, not one that I need to really be concerned about. Double checking these. Now that I've collected all the notes, it no longer matters if I die. And I am happy about that. Anyway, in the previous episode, I dropped a giant TNT crate onto a door that was here, and cleanly blew it up, leaving this perfect, undestroyed hole. Let's hop on in. Who dares enters Boss Boombox's home? I've hidden my jigsaw, you'll never... hey! At least let me finish reading what you're saying. So yeah, Boss Boombox. Quite possibly the most difficult boss in the game. He takes a crap ton of hits. Now you might be thinking, that doesn't seem that difficult, in fact he's already dead. But no, he's suddenly got more hymns. Every time you destroy one phase, you get 2. And the smaller boxes are also faster. So what do you think this must be like? Splitting into smaller pieces. You think that those are entirely different beings, or do you think his identity is genuinely in each one of those? Okay, enough of this. Arg! You've splintered me! Take this. I didn't want it, really. Maddie Reddy says probably divided between them all. Well, considering the conversation we just had, yeah, he is probably all of them. Now, the next question is, are the ones inside him active at all times? That would actually be kind of interesting if you're like looking through a dozen pair of eyes, but most of those pairs of eyes are inside yourself until your outer shell is broken apart. You gotta imagine, the life of a video game character, especially a monster, gotta be really interesting. Okay, this level's more or less completed. Took me 50 minutes thereabouts. There was a little bit of time spent looking at maps and stuff. I'd say 45 minutes is a better guesstimation of how long this took. That said, there is still the last thing that I said I wanted to do before we ended this level. And now that everything is done, and I don't have to worry about dying so much, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these last few Mumbo tokens. In fact, the 2 Mumbo tokens that are up here, I'm not sure if I've ever successfully gotten them. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've tried, and then I wound up losing a life in the process, which at the very least does count. But ever since I realized how hard grabbing these things is, I decided, nope, not worth it, and never bothered getting them again. But hey, as long as I'm on camera, I'm gonna go ahead and do the difficult thing for the sake of entertainment value. And then die. And that is the reason why I saved them for last. Well, I couldn't collect the one without dying. Let's see if I can get lucky with the other. I feel sorry for whoever is responsible for getting these replacement doors. My camera jerked a little there, and that caused me to panic a little. All good, though. Okay. So it's a safe assumption that I'll be able to get the Mumbo token that's over here as well. The trick is... Of course, I could be wrong about that assumption. I could be entirely wrong. You tend to be a lot less cautious whenever you no longer have to worry about instant death. Out of curiosity, yeah, there is a little grate there where you could see the honeycomb piece to let you know it's there. Okay, let's do this a bit more smartly. Let's also try to have the camera in a good position here. Okay, can I get this without dying? I can! Yay! I feel pretty good about that. Whee! Alright, we're done with Rusty Bucket Bay. Now there's just one more thing to do before we end today's stream. Before I forget it, I want to get that Jiggy that spawned. And I also want to make one more attempt at getting that little special thing on the file select. I want it! There's something I wanted to make sure to try to pay attention to, and that's whether you get a 1-up whenever you collect all 100 notes. Because I know that's a thing in the Xbox versions, which means it's probably a thing in this version as well. But I am never watching my life counter whenever I grab the last notes. Alright, let's get out of here. And do the file loading thing. Nope. So far, I have had it happen off camera, but not on camera. Oh well. In any case, I'm gonna have to end today's stream. It's a little early to be ending it, but once again, the next level is gonna be too long, and I don't have time to complete it in one go. In fact, the next level is actually the longest level, in fact, of the entire game. In fact, it's going to take an entire year to finish it. So, that's going to take a little bit. In fact, I'm getting redundant now, so I should probably just say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.